Well, I'm very happy to announce our first broadcast from the FishyFins-Network.com. Another beautiful day in Florida. I wanted to go over our format a little bit with everybody so you understand what we're doing here. The way it's set up, we're allowing people to come in and to set up their own radio show and enjoy it. It's their format, it's their content, whatever they want to do with it. What we're doing also is that I myself am going to set this up so that we could host all the shows every day. What we'll have is a daily forecast, fishing forecast, and in with our forecast we're going to be interviewing and talking to people throughout the state of Florida about that local fishing area, what they're catching, what they're using, maybe talk to some captains, some bait shop owners, stuff like that. Now, at the same time, we're bringing people in to host their own shows. So if you want to, and we actually have somebody on board now, I'm going to tell you about him in just a minute, but if you want to, you could actually sign up here. You could do your own radio show, your fishing report, your business show, something that involves boats maybe, something that involves scuba diving, whatever you like. And go ahead and upload it here with its content and have that show along the left side of the screen at FishyFins.com. To give you an example, right now we brought a gentleman named Mark. And Mark is a fishing trainer on the east coast of Florida. Really great guy, really knowledgeable. He's going to have his own fishing show here. And what we're doing is I'll be interviewing him a couple of times a week maybe to be on our fishing forecast every day. And he'll have access to his own radio show with his own console and his own content that he's going to maintain himself. So he may have 3 or 4 shows a week that he uploads and that he hosts, and he may have all kinds of people listening to it and enjoying it. Now, at the same time, on our daily forecast on our main page, we'll probably talk to Mark a little bit to get an interview with him and the other captains, the other fishermen, the other charter boat guys all over the state of Florida in our daily fishing forecast. So it should work out pretty cool. It's all coming together now. You know, it takes a little bit of time. It was a lot more work than I ever thought it would be, but it's definitely paying off now. And we got Mark all set up now. He's actually out of Cocoa Beach, Florida. He fishes a whole Space Coast of Florida. He instructs, teaches, does charter fishing, really incredible angler. So we'll talk a little bit more about him in a little bit, but I just want to go over our format and what we're doing here. So with this format, we're going to have a daily update. We're going to be talking to local businesses over the phone. We're going to be talking to even restaurants, get the menu, find out what the early bird specials are, talk to a couple of the marinas. Got some boat rental specials, anything like that. We'll do that every morning. We're going to get the fishing report for each local area, whether it's Miami. Right now we have, of course, the Space Coast, Lake Okeechobee. We're trying to get Charlotte County down packed. So it should be really cool, and all of it's really come together well now. And again, if you want to host your own show, you can. We just include you with our daily forecasts, and you have your own show that you could update as many times as you want, have all the guests you want on. You can actually sell stuff if you want to from your store, from your little show window. You have an overhead satellite map of the area that you're talking about. So if you're fishing on, I don't know, maybe the coastline one day and in a swamp the next day, you could actually choose for each show its own satellite overhead picture. So that people see what you're talking about, they see where you're fishing, and let you interact with them a little bit better. Also, we're going to let you be able to create a list of guests. So if you're hosting a fishing show and you want to bring some people in, whether it's fishing boat captains, charter captains, anything like that, guys that are selling canoes, kayaks, you can bring them in, and you could create a list of all your guests that you've had on your show that everybody could access. That includes their website, their photo, their contact information, what their business is about, and all that stuff. Help them to advertise their business also. Now, the other thing that we did also that's really cool is I set up an application that you can import your own show into your website easily. So instead of having to update your website and go through all that aggravation, you put a simple iframe into your website, and after that, all you have to do is update your radio show, and it updates automatically at your website. So that includes your guest roster, all your advertising, your little store stuff that you want to sell, put for sale. Really cool stuff I put together for everybody to use. So that's basically what we're doing. Each person can host their own show in their own area, update it all they want to, have all the guests they want on there, have a guest roster, be able to, actually look at the guest roster, look at their store, everything while you're listening to their radio show. And on a daily basis, we're going to update our fishing forecast on our main page. That'll include all those people in those areas that are hosting shows and the fishing reports for them. So this should be really cool. I'm looking forward to getting all this done. Oh, excuse me, a little bit of water. But looking forward to finishing all this up. We're just about there. Actually, most of it's done. We just need to get some of the people that we brought on board going and their content uploaded. So that's really neat. One other thing, anybody that hosts or any guests or anything like that have to grant us full rights to broadcast their content on our network, and definitely have to assure us that the content's theirs to use. The host, guests, listeners, everybody must release me, anybody, any entity associated with this network of any and all liability whatsoever. Phew, that was a lot of bullshit. Oh, I'm sorry. It's also PG-13, so you want to change the channel about 30 seconds ago if that would bother you. Probably going to be some strong language. I'm only saying that because I have hooked myself. I have been out fishing with Dad, and he's hooked himself in the face and started singing out a slew of curse words that would light up the sky. So when you're recording these fishing, these fishing events and people out there in real time and real life fishing, whether it's video or audio, you're going to expect to hear a little bit of little cursing. So I'd say about PG-13. If it bothers you, definitely don't listen to it. I say that for the whole network. What these guys want to do or ladies want to do on their own shows is entirely up to them. But I have basically a PG-13 rating for everything. So let's definitely keep it about there. Expect that. Now I want to go ahead and talk about Mark a little bit. Let me go ahead and find this here. I have a whole thing about Mark. There it is. Mark Kursek, great guy, Florida Space Coast fishing class. He teaches fishing. He's an instructor. He's been in the business many years. He's been fishing the east coast of Florida many years. He's got a gigantic redfish on his Facebook page that he's holding up. A beautiful fish. We're definitely going to ask him about that right off the bat. Let's see, Mark is also a Field Pro staff rep for Banks Lures. I'm sure everybody here has heard of Captain Ricky Banks. He's been selling a product in Florida for many years, born, raised, fishing these waters for years, come up with a great line of baits that work in Florida waters. So we're looking forward to talking to Mark about that. Also, Mark teaches outrigging and everything, just to get back to the basics with his fishing class. He starts from the very basics and builds from there. So if you want to learn how to tie a knot, or you want to learn which lure to fish at night, you want to learn what baits to use and what deep depth of water, what to use here, what to use there, where to fish or what fish, definitely Mark's going to give you that information. Also, coming up soon, we're going to have the president of Impact Lures on, also a Florida-based company. They're out of South Florida, actually Boynton Beach, Florida. And they've been producing this lure for quite a few years. They manufacture it, sell it right out of Florida. Ernie is the president. I'm going to be talking to Ernie about it. Now, I've never used Impact Lures. I have used Banks Lures before. They work really great. Impact Lures are new to me, so I've got a lot of questions for Ernie. Mainly, now I'm over in Port Charlotte, Florida. I was raised down in Pirate Harbor in Punta Gorda, Florida, and grew up basically walking around on the flats out there and fishing what Johnson Sprites was about as fancy as we got back in 1973. So especially in Southwest Florida, there wasn't exactly a lot of access to all the new lures that we see today. So I have a lot of questions to ask him. I've used some of the national brand lures, top water jerk baits, the Skitter Walk, Scatter Walk, a whole Skitter line. Pretty good. I've used all kinds of Zara spooks. I love top water. I love that bone spook. The thing works great. Get the 4-inch bone, and it really lands fish here on the west coast of Florida. So I'm going to ask him a little bit about how his lures will work here on this coast, what to use and compared to what we're fishing for here, and what do you recommend. So that should be really interesting. And of course, we're going to have a lot of locals. We've got some local talent, some MP3s, some music, some guys that are and ladies that are doing comedy skits and sending it to us. We're going to have some gift certificates, talking to a couple of the local comedy clubs and bait and tackle shops. And what we're going to do is probably purchase a couple of gift certificates. We'll have some contests on Facebook. Whoever uploads maybe the best tall fishing tail. It has to include pictures, but it also has to have a nice description or an audio file or something with it. Definitely want the picture though, so we'll have a contest, something like that. Maybe even the best fishing report, or whoever likes it the most. So we'll be posting that, and definitely send us your tall fishing tails, and or post it. We have Fishy Fins now as a page on Facebook. So if you like Fishy Fins, we'll be posting those contests there. Just like it, you'll see it come up in your feed, and whoever gets the most likes on what they send in gets that gift certificate. So it should be pretty cool. Hopefully we'll get a lot of input on that. And also expanding out around the state, we've got, like I said, Lake Okeechobee, we've got Miami, we've got Tampa coming in. We're getting ready to start covering Charlotte County really good. Marco Island, Naples, man, boy, there's some fantastic fish stuff down there. Stories, we got some great charter boat captains coming aboard down in Marco, and that's really the gateway to the 10,000 islands in the Everglades. So there's a lot of fishing action, all kinds of fishing down there. So that should be really cool. So we sure appreciate it. We're looking forward to Mark coming aboard. We've got him set up. We'll have some content from him probably by the first of next week, and we're going to start doing our daily fishing forecast just about every day now. Expecting the first few to be probably just about 15-20 minutes, and we're really shooting for a couple hours of content every morning. So probably somewhere around 8 in the morning or so, maybe 9 in the morning, it'll be updated, and then you can go back and check it every day. You could go back in the history of all the shows and see whichever one you want, and check it out then. And looking forward to having a lot more people come on and host shows. So thanks again. Thanks for sending in the MP3s. Remember, wherever you are, take out your cell phone, your iPhone, open it up, go to your apps, go to your voice recorder, and record a fishing report. Record a plug for your business. You're a charter boat captain, this is my website, this is my number, this is what we're catching. Listen to my charter out here scream, hey, we're catching fish, something like that. A shout out for your business. So, just choose to share it and send it to the fish at FishyFins.com, and we'll definitely air it. So very cool stuff. Thanks for everything. We appreciate everybody's input. We've got our phone line set up. We're going to be doing a lot of telephone interviews. We could bring conference calls in on telephone interviews and record them now. So we have a lot of content coming in, and we just got to get it all in order and start publishing it. So you folks have a great day, and definitely have a wonderful day out there fishing.